This is the assembly instruction video for the Moonshell base tray. Here you have all the pieces laid out that you should have in your bag. You'll have the floor piece, the side walls that go around the perimeter of the floor piece, the center wall, mid wall, the right and left dividers, and the little holder that will hold the little meeple pieces that come in. So the first thing we're going to start off with is we're going to take the right divider piece, and that's the one that has the little holes inside right above the notches. And do note that right as we're starting to assemble, whenever you do the assembly, we do always recommend that you do use wood glue, especially with the weight of all the pieces. It tends to kind of hold all of the wood a lot better together. First step here is going to be taking the right divider, the mermaid holder piece, and just finding the side that has the 3 notches and also in the divider, and just simply snapping that into place. And then next in our floor piece here, this is actually going to go along where it looks like there's a little square in the top corner, and we're going to have the divider on the inside, and it's just going to be the right divider piece and the little notches that are in there that are going to be rested inside there. And so we'll have something that comes in later, but it's just going to rest right inside of there. Now we're going to take our other divider piece, the left divider piece, and that's going to be placed along this back edge on the floor piece along these, where these notches are here. Then we're going to take our center wall piece, and do note that on the top there is this little ridge here, there is this little valley, if you will, that's on this one side. This is going to be pointed towards the center of the box, and I'll point here, but this is going to be attached to the floor piece as well. And so the part that has a little bit of a divot on the end is going to be near on the floor piece where there's this big hole here, and we're going to be placing it in these notches here. And it's okay if you hear a little crackling. It's just making sure that that's just the wood kind of snapping into place. But you do want to make sure it's in nice and tight. All right, that's where we're at so far. And then we're going to take our center wall piece, and they do look sometimes to me a little bit similar to the outside wall pieces, but just note that on the sides, they won't have any kind of letters that are etched on the side. And it should look like this, and we'll have 3 little notches that kind of come in. And then again, just like when we're doing with all the assembly, just placing glue inside all the little places where there's the inside divots. And then we're going to place this, and it's going to layer over on top of everything on the floor piece that we've attached so far. So it's going to go along this center row here, and you're going to line up so that these 2 notches on the center wall are going to slide over the mid wall and the right divider, and then this other notch here is going to go over the other divider piece that we had placed. And it's just going to slide over all these other pieces. Once they get all aligned, and then you're just going to snap it into the floor piece. All right, so that's where we should be so far. Now I'm going to put this to the side, and then we're going to assemble the outside perimeter of the wall on its own before the final piece step will be then placing it over. So all of these pieces do have little letters that you'll see. For example, this one's D and C. And what this kind of helps with is they'll have corresponding letters all around. And so you'll always know that this side A should only be attached to another piece that has its side A, for example, this side here. And that was to kind of help because they do look kind of similar in size and shape. There are some unique differences with them, but to kind of help with the assembly. So the first step that we're going to do is we're going to take the side, the wall that has the letters A and B, and this is going to be the back wall. And then we're going to attach that to we're going to attach the right side wall that is the letters B and C. And so on the side that has the letter B, you're just going to simply attach those two together. And then on the other side, where it says the letter A, you're going to find the left side wall that has the corresponding A on that side. And you're going to, again, just putting a little bit of wood glue in the notches every time. And then placing it right over where it has the A. And so then the final piece of this is going to be attaching the front wall. And so you're going to have on the inside the side C and the side D. And you're going to attach those to the front wall with the corresponding parts that say C and D. All right, now that we have our outside primer, we're going to bring our floor piece and everything else that's been assembled so far in the base tray. And then we're going to take this piece. There will be only one way that this will actually fit, but so that you also know too, the front wall will be facing on this side, on the outside, will only be over this mid-wall piece. But if you do need to test it out, just note that these little notches that are on each side are very unique in their placement and will only go over in one direction. So if you need, before you put the wood glue, if you want to just kind of test it out to make sure that it's going in the right spot, that would be my recommendation. Then you're going to slide these outside wall pieces over the dividers, the center wall, the mid wall. Whenever I'm applying pressure, I'm always making sure it's on the joints themselves. Just straight up and down force, not wanting to bend it from side to side. And there you will have your finished box.